Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders. I think you're looking good, dating simulator. So, in the previous episode, we went through the first day where we met all the people. We found out who our rival is, and we met Colonel Sanders, and I fell in love. We basically ended the day with a cook-off where one of the other characters killed someone with their terrible cooking. But we brought our potato and gravy and brought it to Colonel Sanders' attention, I guess. He had his chicken, his amazing chicken. I had my amazing mashed potato, so I provided that as a thing to him. And he was amazed. The amazing mashed potato and gravy. And and then we ended up fighting a freaking giant mash monster, spork monster at the end of the day. And then Colonel Sanders beat it, and we ran out of energy, fainted, and was brought home and tucked in by Colonel Sanders. I think that's a recap of the whole of yesterday. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Oh, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Or like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode at the front of this homecoming parade. Wait, what? Okay, I misunderstood that sentence. I think it just means that he rode his convertible at the front of the homecoming parade? I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooking language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought him them. He was so nice he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be very much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you, or from the Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret, or share it with your bestie? Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. Eye of Newt is one of those fake witches recipes. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she's definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fills the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back in my majestic glory, or run to him. Run to him. He said the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of a stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel! My Colonel! However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. Oh no! The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness you see a vision. Ooh, Rorius, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this, exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before you can continue, you suddenly awaken. Ah, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is it just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes, or lean in for a kiss. Sure. Whoa, 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 you've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon, you clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself and you hesitate. You instantly die of embarrassment. That's the first time I've failed, I believe. Try again. Oh my god, you have to start at start back at the start of the day. I'm glad that I made it through the whole first day though, without making mistakes. And that was a natural stopping point, which is good. That's where I stopped the episode last time. Stand back to admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creatures gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Rorius just gets really nervous around people they like. What? That's not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, okay? Or honey. Sorry. Tell them to stop acting immature, or act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Just tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity, it takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get to look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. That's the book. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Actually immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its content's a secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of balls. You watch how you talk to him. He did nothing. He didn't do anything. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Steam coming out of him. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourself. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. It's a bit, self-absorbed right there. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. He's so adorable. This particular still of him is so adorable. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his fur dog belly, he loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Rorius? Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. A shimmering pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally, reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh, this guy again. Okay, is it the same thing as before? You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... As I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some of that spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy... You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. So that... I wonder if you have to see all of those, or if it doesn't matter. Because we definitely skipped the previous one by not getting hit in the face. I'm wondering if I've chosen the wrong path. Or if it doesn't matter too much about what you choose, as long as you don't die. You come to and find everyone staring at you. Oh god. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Oh, I don't want to do that. No, I want to... Can I load? Oh. I load my game. The 6th bite? Let's see if I can load it, and we'll choose the better option. One that doesn't make me pass out. Oh. Ah, damn it. No, we'll go back to the 5th bite. What happens if I run to him, get pelted in the face, get knocked out? So I see this guy. We went through all that. But instead of leaning in for a kiss, we compliment the craftsman of the horse's shoes. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. One thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. Wow, I chose all the wrong options last time. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this is the same as last time. Tell him to stop acting immature. Okay. I believe it was all the same. I was trying to watch to see if there was anything different, but a glass of water. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool to the crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you have excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes, but maybe I'll forgive one day. Okay, wait. Let's try one more time. I gotta get this right. Okay, wait a minute. This is different. Sprinkle stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps up on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Off toppin'. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles retains control of the classroom. So this is back to normal again. Weird. But that must mean that I'm on the right track. When I ate the pepper, it gave me a glimpse of the guy again. But I haven't tried the dog biscuit one. Why would I intentionally eat the dog biscuit? Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talent, perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade to darkness, but something is there. The spork monster. Borko? What are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? The dog. I don't want to have that. Let's do the pepper. Barely pepper stands out from the other items. Yep, I'd eat it. I go into the trance thingy. Weird. So he tries to give me the message, but I'm coughing. I'm like, ugh. And then, you feel something. Begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to it and find everyone staring at you. Well, make mistakes. I'm sure they'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Okay, so I guess the paper was the right one to choose. I guess if I had the dog biscuit, but I hadn't spared the spork monster, then I would have died there. I guess. Whatever the case. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared by a timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, or step up and tell them you're on. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Yay. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Rorius. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. What's... Sporting court? I didn't read what that... I didn't read it properly. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, sorry. And you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. It always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. 100 degrees C. That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many? Oh, you don't have it. How many slices? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but you're at least headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Which state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust, gratitude, vigilance. Vigilance. That's wrong. No. No. I load game. I refuse to be wrong. Okay, trust or gratitude? Trust. Nah! I got it wrong twice, I can't believe it. Gratitude. That's right, you must never take this opportunity for granted, if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where does it come from? Small town where big dreams are born. That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Oh no, bubbling. Because it's been cooking potatoes. God damn it, I suck. I'm really hungry. It's gonna be bubbling. Nope, it's silence. I thought it was gonna be to do with the food we're preparing. The sound of success is silence. Silence. That's right, when they taste your cooking, they will be so taken away with it. So taken with it, that they'll be unable to speak. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. I thought they were talking about the cooking, but the angle was actually coming from the, like, their stunned silence, you know. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Rorius. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. No! Grrr. External design with only one cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. I don't think this matters anymore. It's had to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits. You're really struggling to keep up. The next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of our dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Bzipped. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Where you might not have any hands, but Rorius does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Oh god. But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck and immediately crushed. Ah! No way, he'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. No! What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Oh god. No! No, I refuse. Let's do it terribly. I did so well in the thing up to that point. Why were those options weird like that? How am I supposed to decide them in 4 seconds? And they're all just nonsense stuff. They like don't even relate to what I'm doing. Wait, did I just get my hand crushed again? Yeah, I think I did. Am I supposed to just not answer them? Am I supposed to not click those ones? Because every time I click them, I immediately, like, fail. Immediately goes into that path of, like, you crush your hand in the machine. Okay, let's just not do anything. No, it went the same way. It went the same way. What the hell? Yeah, do I just always have to... Do I always have to make the... I can't see a way to get around that. Okay. Let's just read this. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two, on account of Royce's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Oh wow. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Rorius to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within, sorry. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry... jelly? What is that? I've never even heard of that before. Jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Both of these feel like bad choices. It was so, like, the first day was so obvious. All the right choices were so obvious. Internalize the rage you feel. I don't think putting myself between them is going to do anything. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. This is crazy social anxiety. Or just general anxiety. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it wasn't always, or it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that'll bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I mean, I didn't. I defended first. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. I thought that was Borko, yeah. But I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely.
I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I had lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile.
My voice is super sore. I'm not gonna do too much rasp anymore.
If you need me, don't fear, I will be there.
It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Rorius, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh my god, amazing. Sitting inside Santa's home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now that you've got him right where you want him, should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. I was like, I bet it's gonna be coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Snooping, really? Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, so we're just looking at it. We're just looking, right? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Oh, I didn't realize it was a safe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, in this safe, he has... Can chicken be prepared in a sashimi style? Probably not, as you'll get salmonella. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? See, I'm like amazed that they're willing to poke fun at themselves. Alright. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, but this is like original form Colonel Sanders, whereas the game one is like the anime one. Appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Oh, well before we go there, I'm gonna look at all the items. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks to be a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be, cheersing them. They don't. They're not cheersing drumsticks. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Probably the co-founder of the original store, I think. You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Yeah, I had heard that Colonel Sanders had a lot of trouble getting his stuff off the ground, but then he freaking exploded with his recipe, his chicken recipe. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's...
Rejected.
Tap on an item, discover more about the Colonel. Okay. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Okay. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Right, so it's taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Ah, yeah. Alright. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see them in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Well, there's like a side story where it's just like... Anyway. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. That's creepy. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Ah, crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Decided that now is your moment and make a big move. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. Yay! I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Rorius? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Dream sequence. Zzz. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decisions on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day you could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is the secret, how will they know? Okay, I think this will have saved just there. Just to be sure, I'm gonna hit this. Okay, yeah. Do I do another episode? Because I think the next day might take just as long as this day did. Damn it, I intended this to be one episode. Now it's turning into a 3-episode spectacular. Shit. Well, I don't have time to do any more because I'm so hungry. It's like well on dinner time. Oh, I so want some KFC. But yeah, this is actually amazing. Like, it's in so many ways, it's like this huge like puff piece and advert. And I get like super caught up in it. I just like don't even add anything. I just keep reading line after line after line. But I'm enjoying the shit out of this. I'm enjoying this way more than I should be enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you like this so far. Fingers crossed that I'm on the right track to getting the best ending in the game. Fingers crossed. But whatever ends up happening, if you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.